Well, Dominic Kane is at the European Central Bank in Frankfurt, and we will be speaking to him live in just a moment. First to John Psaropoulus, who's in Athens. So, John, there is going to be a referendum despite the looming repayment deadline. Give us a flavour of the kind of arguments that went on about that in Parliament and what the Greek people think about all this.
Well, as we reported last night, the opposition believes that all of this was carefully planned by the ruling leftists in order to create a level of political uncertainty that would give rise, hopefully, to a Greek exit from the euro. The opposition says that that has been Syriza's plan all along and that they were never negotiating with creditors in Europe in earnest. The government says that we do not have the authority either to reject the deal that creditors have given us on the basis of the 36% vote we got in January, but nor do we have the authority to accept it. And therefore, the people have to decide anew. This is, as you can imagine, a referendum that will foreshadow possibly a renewed election. Because if the government, which has advised people to vote against the creditors' deal, receives a yes vote, then, as the opposition has suggested, it is quite likely, certainly possible, that this country may face another general election, because the government will essentially have been reprimanded for its confrontational stance and for not making the deal on its own. Now, 47% of Greeks are being polled as saying that they do want the deal to be made. That is a very large majority. Two-thirds in the same poll in today's Sunday paper, one of the leading Sunday papers, two-thirds are still saying, as they have done for years now, that they want Greece to remain within the Eurozone. That's a consistent majority that we've been seeing. So it looks as though, for the moment, people are still veering towards a compromise and a yes vote. But all of this is on a political level. On a financial level, events on the ground may shape public opinion in the days to come, because Greece has been fighting an uphill battle at the ECB's governing board that we're going to hear from next to maintain emergency liquidity assistance. But there is a growing minority on that board that wants to cut liquidity off, and the voices in favour of doing so have been increasing over the last 2 weeks. At some point, Greece may find itself outnumbered.
Indeed, John, and that is the next big question. Are Greek banks going to open on Monday? Let's go to Dominic Kane, who's in Frankfurt. Dominic, all eyes now on the ECB, who are holding an emergency meeting on this very issue.
Yes, that's right, Shuli. We expect the meeting to be held some point today, perhaps with teleconference, video conference with the central bankers of the other Eurozone countries as well as Greece. The issue is, though, that the rules that govern the ECB insofar as loans are concerned to other institutions are that they make the loans like any other bank would to an individual against collateral. And does the Greek economy, does the Greek central bank have that collateral in order to allow the ECB to continue to make these loans? I was here last Monday reporting on the fact that there was a meeting of the ECB to give the latest central bank request from Greece more ELAs. And effectively, as you say, this is a sticking plaster to tide over a country normally. But of course, the Greek economy is an open wound, and no sticking plaster can cover over the potential insolvency it faces. It's worth remembering, as John has made reference to, that 1.5 billion euros needs to be repaid on the 30th of June. And standing in front of this building that cost 1.5 billion euros, perhaps there may be Greeks who say that the priorities of the Eurozone are wrongly centred, perhaps. And one thing to say, the German newspapers today, the Frankfurter Allgemeine Sonntagszeitung, has printed in ancient Greek the word exodus, very clear. They translate it as Ausgang or exit, and they say underneath, Jetzt steht Griechenland allein. Now Greece stands alone, which certainly sums up how some in the media are portraying the situation. Indeed, some political figures in Germany are portraying this situation.
Dominic, thank you for that. Dominic Kane in Frankfurt there.